So y'all, this is me early in the morning looking rough at my natural state, and really, do I care? No. But everybody was asking for me to post my senior presentation as a YouTube video, so I'm like, why not? I'm very proud of myself. I think I did an amazing job. I scored a 32 out of 32. So I'm just gonna let you guys see. You guys tell me what y'all think. If you have any questions about my career field or choice, drop that in the comment section below. But let's get into it, yo. Let's get into it. And oh yeah, my mom is coughing in the video. I apologize. I don't know why she does it, but literally like every video she records or she's around being recorded of me, she coughs. So sorry about that.
My name is Mary Brooks, and the topic I chose to research was the top 10 wealthiest Black business owners. I chose this topic because I'm a young Black entrepreneur, and I desired to gain the education to become the best version of myself within my business, and also to maintain a wealthy stability. And the question I want to know is, what skills and tactics did the wealthy Black community have to use in order to accelerate to the top? And the question I would like to ask you guys, as I'm presenting to get your minds flowing, is, culturally, what extra steps and struggles do you think the minority group have to use and face against in order to receive the average benefits of the white American? Starting off with the wealthiest Black business owners, we have Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is a talk show host and media executive. Damon Johnson, known for being an author and motivational speaker. Michael Jordan, known for being a professional basketball player and principal of the Hornets NBA team. Robert L. Johnson, known for being the CEO of Black Entertainment Television, aka BET. Sheila Johnson, known for being the co-CEO of Black Entertainment Television, aka BET. Janice Garner Howard, known for being an author and a mentor. Sean Diddy Combs, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Dr. Dre, producers and performers. Madam C.J. Walker, an entrepreneur and a philanthropist, and George Foreman, a professional boxer. Influence and being inspired is usually by the upbringing and the background of your raising. Beyonce, she was influenced by musicians in the Black community, performers in the Black community, and actors in the Black community, known as Anita Baker, Luther Vandross in the movie The Color Purple. Jay-Z, he was inspired by his single Black mother who struggled to support and raise her family on her own. He got inspired by her ambition, and he turned that hurt into motivation to become who he is today. Using racial odds and conflicts as an encouragement. Jay-Z, he used his financial wealth to physically and financially support the Black systematic struggles to make improvement within our community. With business owners, he gave out money for resources and materials that they couldn't get on their own. And so did Robert L. Johnson. He donated funds to the African Americans and the African business owners in Liberia so that they can have the resources and the materials to manifest in their business. Starting a business isn't easy, but Oprah Winfrey, she used her abandonment issues and her molesting that happened to her at a young age as a reason for her breakthrough. She grasped everything that she learned at a young age and became an entrepreneur. Dr. Dre, he started manifesting into his business at a young age by making hats and selling them at concerts and also getting DJ gigs at small events around his area. Struggles and habits. A lot of struggles and habits you have to break in order to become successful. Beyonce, she struggled with depression from media and critics. She knew that despite what people would say or people do, she has to become who she wants to be and face the racial odds that is put against her, no matter what's going on surrounding her. Sheila Johnson, she struggled with receiving loans from banks because she was a woman. They thought that she was incapable of bringing back the money because she was a woman and she couldn't do what men could. She also struggled with receiving women's support. In the women's society, it's like a crab in a barrel mentality. We pull each other down thinking that we all can succeed and come to the top, even though we can. Economic wealth is abundant and we all can succeed. As an African American woman, Madam C.J. Walker overcame the worst social outlook through prospering through poverty. She accepted herself in the skin that she was in, and she challenged herself as a Black woman to become successful. She was self-determined to build economic wealth for her family so that she could provide. I wanted to know, statistically, how many people within the Black community that was the top 10 wealthiest faced poverty, and it was more than half. We have Jay-Z, Madam C.J. Walker, Oprah Winfrey, Damon Johnson, George Foreman, and Sean Diddy Combs. They use their surrounding resources around them. They invest in themselves physically and financially. They got gigs to perform and to vend. They network with people in the industry that they wanted to follow to become bigger, and they also made collaborations with people in their industry. Maintaining a schedule and creating goals cause them to be consistent, be educated, seek for help, have a purpose and live in it, and differentiate themselves in their craft to be unique so that whatever the next person was doing, that they was doing also, it was different and they stood out. They also put in hours to have the rise and grind mentality, knowing as soon as they wake up, they had to be the first person to get that worm. The early bird gets the worm. Ideally, people who maintain great wealth just stick with things longer than the average person. This calls dedication, sacrifice, investment, union with our people and community, networking, and living in your purpose without regret of what things could have been because you were too afraid to step out on that leap of faith.
Sorry, I just wanted to, because I want to ask you about this slide later. Sorry.
Now, I have a video. It's called If It Were Easy. This features young Black actors, business owners, and producers. And it just talks about them living in their purpose and living without regret. And this is the video.
It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it was easy, there'd be no Taraji Henson. If it were easy, there'd be no Octavia Spencer. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Viola Davis. If it were easy, there'd be no Michael T. Williamson, no Stephen McKinley Henderson, no Russell Hornsby. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So, keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So, keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Switch it.
A question I ask myself on a daily basis as me being a Black entrepreneur is, what steps do I have to take to fight the racial odds that are set against me to become a successful Black entrepreneur? Well, for starters, I have to seek education. Within the Black community, they already view us as being uneducated and lazy. So I'm going to go to college to get my master's degree in business management. I want to get my licensing in cosmetology and also trademark my 2 business names. I want to have my first storefront in Philadelphia, my first organization building for my business called DYH, which stands for Diverse Young Hustlers, which provides opportunity for minority business owners, performers, and etc. I also want to tour the world and use my platform as a way to help my community and build our economic growth. In conclusion, I am still interested in my business field, and I desire to help my people with my resources and my gift. This is my purpose, and I plan to live in it. This research process taught me that education and dedication is the most important thing of maintaining and growing a healthy business. And wealthy people aren't different from the average person, they just stick with things longer. My name is Mary Brooks, and this is my presentation and references, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.